Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is the Hebrew Life again. I'm Base Jerusalem. And I'm back with another bone to pick. We're going to call this one, Can an Israelite Have Locks? Yeah, when I first got into this word, it was so many older people and older ox and elders telling me within these camps that I went to visit that I can't have locks. I had to have braids. And I thought it was very funny that I couldn't have my locks, but I could have cornrows. So I had to do my research. Just like I want all the oxen I cops out there to do. All the brothers and sisters. When the camp brings you something, when any brother or sister brings you something within these scriptures, do your research. Do not take their word for granted. They're a man. Every man is a liar. Even myself. I want you to look up these scriptures yourself to figure out can you have lots or not. So we're going to go to Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 3. Because we already know, if you look in the Old Testament in Numbers chapter 6, verse 5, that's when the first time lots was even mentioned within the Holy Scriptures. You have to be a Nazarene. But we find out throughout the Scriptures that many people have lots and they're not even Nazarenes. So we learn that this is just a simple hairstyle within the house of Israel and it's sheep, how to keep their wool. And you have these brothers kicking these brothers out these camps, making these brothers chop off their wool, denying brothers, people being denied jobs all throughout the U.S. and all over the world because of lies. See, they're trying to wipe out our heritage. And our hair is a part of our heritage. Now, we're going to go to Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 3. And I forgot to mention, the word lots in Hebrew means parah. So don't let nobody convince you to cut off your parahs. Here we go. Chapter 8, verse 3. And he put forth the form of an hand and took me by a lock of my head. There we go right there. Ezekiel saying that the Most High took him by the lock of his head and took him through the heavens and in between the heavens and the earth to show him some things. But the key word is locks of mine head, proving that Ezekiel, the prophet, had locks. So what do you have to say now, camps? All of these man-made doctrines are getting eliminated. They have caused many brothers to fall. They have caused, I have a friend right now, he cut off his locks because of some elder told him within the camp. I'm not even going to mention what camp it is. I don't even want to get them light because they're not waking brothers up. See, we're going to go to 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 16. Because Peter told the Israelites that Paul's letters was going to be hard to understand. And people was going to use them at their own destruction. So you can let Corinthians fool you. Paul was talking about a group of Israelites within the Corinthians keeping their hair short. Because in the area you had a whole bunch of homosexual immorality going on within the area. And Paul didn't want the people to fall in line and look just like all the other Gentiles who were touching boys and kidnapping boys and doing all kind of acts, unhumane acts. So we're going to go to 2 Peter. Verse 16. As also in all his epistles, speaking in them of the things in which are some things hard to be understood, which they are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also in other scriptures unto their own destruction. So you can let these scriptures, these letters of Paul, that so many people within the Hebrew community, so many people within the Christian community, so many people within the Roman Catholic community, and anybody who picks up this have taken out of context. Paul's letters are not law. They're suggestions to the brothers at that time. So you can't use that. We're going to go to 2 Samuel, verse 14, verse chapter 14, verse 25. Because I believe David's son, Absalom, had long hair. Had hair. And it was long. But there was locks. And it wasn't unlawful. Nobody said he had to cut off his locks. So we're going to go to that. This is a backbreaker right here. Because there's a lot of, like I always said, it's a lot of foolery going on within the Hebrew community. And that's why I'm here. I'm here for the brothers and sisters who have been misled. And they want to take baby steps to get back to the truth. I'm here to help you. I'm here to aid you, brothers and sisters. We're not going to leave you in the dark with these camps and all of these lies that's being put forth. Okay, here we go. But in all Israel there was none to be much praised as Absalom for his beauty, from the soles of his feet even unto the crowns of his head. There was no blemish in him. When he polled his head, for it was every year's end that he polled it, because his hair was very heavy on him. Therefore he polled it. Now Absalom is he's clearly not a Nazarene because he's polling his hair. He's cutting his hair every year at the end because it's getting heavy on him. Anybody who has dreads understands that your hair can get heavy on you. Cornrows cannot get heavy. So the camp saying, well, you can't have locks, but you can have cornrows. It doesn't add up with the scriptures. It don't. And I believe Absalom's hair being so long and heavy was one of the causes of his death. He had did plenty of other wicked things to be in that situation. But, yes, pull your hair. You can cut your hair if you're not a Nazarene. When I had my hair, I didn't take a vow of a Nazarite. I already had my hair. So who are these camps to tell a brother if he want to start growing his hair and if he wants to take a Nazarene vow and not eat grapes and not drink wine, he can do that. Who are you to tell him he can't have the locks? He has to ask cornrows. It's crazy. Samson had locks. Samuel had locks. Many prophets within the scriptures took a Nazarene vow and chose not to put a razor to their hair again. So locks are not unlawful. It's not. It's ridiculous. Don't let no one fool you through vain deceit. You know what? We're going to go there. We're going to go to Colossians. Colossians 2 and 8. But where lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the traditions of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after the Hamashiach. That's what these brothers are doing within these camps. They're making man-made traditions, and brothers are taking baby steps, or they don't have the know-how to go in the scriptures and look for it themselves, so they take these brothers' words as law. And it's not. They have no understanding of the scriptures. They're unlearned, like Peter says, and they're following the traditions of man, as Paul says here in Colossians. And since these guys want to use the letters of Paul as the fool brother, we're going to use the letters of Paul to let brothers know that they can be fooled and they can be following the traditions of man. Take no man's word for it. Always look within these scriptures. And with that being said, I'm Bushy. This is the Hebrew Life. Shalom, brothers and sisters.